And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Up on the hazardous weather graphic, we've got blizzard warning continuing until 7 p.m. this evening for the eastern Arctic coast, Kaktovik and Barter Island, and conditions should improve after that time. And through tonight, blizzard warning for the western Arctic coast, Point Ley, on down into Point Hope, Kivalina, also the north side of the Seward Peninsula, Buckland, Shishmaref, and around through the Bering Strait, Tin City, Teller areas. Blizzard warning tonight for continued whiteout conditions with winds of 40 to 55 miles an hour. Also a blizzard warning continues there for the Yukon Delta, especially along the coastal areas for the strong winds, snow, and whiteout conditions. Winter weather advisory central interior here, including the greater Fairbanks area, eastward there in toward the 40-mile country. Susitna Valley winter weather advisory, McGrath, Nikolai winter weather advisory in the Kuskokwim Delta, Nunivak Island, same thing. Winter weather advisory for additional snows with gusty winds, reducing visibilities to less than a half mile at times. And from there, taking a look at satellite imagery, front all the way just about off the chart now that came through, was back over south central Alaska and pushing northward 24 hours ago. You can see a lot of clouds, a couple of low centers, actually the main low center tracking up to the north, kind of split with another one moving over into the northwest territories there. But a lot of clouds, a lot of snow, especially over the western part of the state today, all the way down to the Alaska Peninsula and northward there through the Bering Strait. And not too bad, some clouds coming over Kodiak Island. Southeast coast had some showers. A few showers today with some clearing periods as well. And the Bering Sea, next system just way out there on the edge of the chart there, starting to push in. And on the chart today, got a couple of lows here, one up over the Yukon Delta, and still some rain or snow going on up in that area this afternoon. Had some rain earlier in the Fairbanks area, and south winds gusting to 40 to 50 miles an hour in the Copper River Basin there. Today, still going this afternoon, and then some showers mainly over the northern southeast coast. Higher pressure clearing it out and drying it out over the southern panhandle there, and a trough extending down to the Alaska Peninsula. To the east of that trough, rain and snow showers. To the west, in the colder air and that strong northerly flow coming down the west coast there, snow showers extending out into the Pribilof Islands, eastern Aleutian areas. Winds gusting again anywhere from 40 to 55 miles an hour at Tin City, Cape Romanzoff, and all along the west coast areas here, but drying out over St. Lawrence Island. And but a widespread area of snow in the central interior, several inches falling, and combine that with the winds, you have the low visibilities. And for tonight, snow showers over the interior here, all the way down to the Alaska Peninsula. Periods of snow with a trough up for the Arctic coast there, and the portions of the North Slope into the Brooks Range. Drier, though, for the eastern interior. A few isolated snow showers around. Later tonight, actually toward morning, could be some more steadier snow later tonight, moving into the eastern interior areas. This low tracks up into Cook Inlet, or western Cook Inlet, and that'll keep a pretty good chance of snow showers going for the mountainous terrain of south central Alaska, and periods of rain or snow for the North Gulf Coast. Next system here starts to spread some moisture in toward the south coast of the Panhandle late tonight, and out to the west, higher pressure building in over the central Bering Sea with slowly diminishing winds here along the west coast, especially the eastern Aleutians, and this ridge ahead of this next front that's pushing some moisture into the western Aleutians. For tomorrow, that front weakens down in the southern portion of the zone there with rain, and still could be some pretty gusty winds, but the strongest winds will be up to the north there. And high pressure shifts eastward here, moving into the inland a little bit here. That pushes a stronger northerly winds in across the western Alaska Range, Bristol Bay, Kodiak Island, Kamishak Bay areas. Pretty windy on the northwest winds with rain or snow across south central Alaska. Snow for the western Cook Inlet area, southern Cook Inlet actually, and into the Kuskokwim Valley, all the way up to the Brooks Range. Another system there keeps snow going on the western Arctic coast, western and central Arctic coastal areas. But look for a fair amount of clearing with dry conditions and lighter winds for the Yukon-Kuskokwim Delta up to the Seward Peninsula and the Bering Strait. Winds tomorrow much lighter than what you saw today. And for the southeast coast here, that system tonight in this position, later tonight, tomorrow moves right on in, so more rain across the entire panhandle from the Queen Charlottes all the way up to Yakutat, and a mixture of rain or snow for the North Gulf Coast. And then out farther to the west, you can see the warm front associated with a big storm that's going to be moving northeastward up over the west and northwest Bering Sea. Strong westerly winds on the south side of that low center will push this front rapidly east and northeastward. Snow and blowing snow comes back into Nunivak Island, Yukon-Kuskokwim Delta coast, on up to St. Lawrence Island in the afternoon, with rain and snow pushing into the Pribilof Islands and rain over the Alaska Peninsula with gusty winds extending back toward Unalaska Island to Nikulski with snow showers or rain and snow showers back to the west. High pressure built into the Koyukuk Valley there right over the Yukon River in the central interior. Cold conditions with light winds and dry conditions. Still some moisture here over toward the eastern border. Isolated showers over the mountains of the southeast interior areas. And southeast coast, another low here with some rain over the southern panhandle, but drying out with some clearing up to the north, kind of the opposite of what we had today. And for the lows tonight, again, below zero. In fact, 10 to 15 below here for the Seward Peninsula. Into St. Lawrence Island, below zero readings pushing all the way down into the Kuskokwim Delta, into the Kuskokwim Valley as well, about 10 to 15 for the Pribilofs, 20s and 30s for the Aleutians, and single numbers into the Kuskokwim Valley, east of the Alaska Range, lows tonight in the 20s to lower 30s, into the teens to mid-20s for the eastern interior, and for the southeast coast in the 30s. Highs tomorrow in the 40s for the Panhandle, and upper 30s to lower 40s, south central Alaska, Copper River Basin. Mid to upper 30s here north of the Alaska Range for the upper Tanana Valley area to the Yukon Flats. Near 40 from Eagle down toward Northway and Tok. And highs staying a little below zero, sort of like today for the Seward Peninsula on up to the western Arctic coast. High of about 10, so that's a little warmer tomorrow for St. Lawrence Island. And definitely warmer for the Pribilofs, high near freezing. Lower 40s for the Adak and Atka area. Mid-30s for Kodiak Island, and upper 30s near 40 south central Alaska. Lows Tuesday morning, pretty cold, below zero now, pushing back into the central Tanana Valley. Minus 12 there for, I believe that's Tanana, about 3 for Fairbanks. And below zero, though, west of the Alaska Range, near zero, or 0 to 5 for Bristol Bay. Down around zero, St. Lawrence Island area, and single numbers for the eastern interior. Teens and 20s, mostly in the teens here for south central Alaska. 20s down towards Seward, Homer, and near 20 for Kodiak. In the lower 30s for the northern panhandle, 35 to 40 down to the south. Highs mid-40s for the southern southeast coast, otherwise mid to upper 40s to the north. And staying below zero for the most part along the Arctic coast, and 0 to 10 for the north slope into the Brooks Range. Otherwise teens and 20s in the central interior. Lower 30s, south central Alaska, mid-30s Copper River Basin, Kodiak Island, in the 40s for the Aleutians and the Alaska Peninsula.